I just thought of one more thing I want to ask you. It's a current situation I'm in.
Is it a current situation that you want to perpetuate?
No, actually, we're done here then. It's yeah.
Is it a current situation that you could ignore?
It's a tough one because it's one that involves.
All right, that's enough.
Yeah.
But so when you have something that you feel like you want to talk about, maybe you want some clarity. That's always Esther's point. More clarity, and we say, really? Because more clarity means more active vibration, which will bring more active attraction. You really want more clarity on what you don't want. Really? Don't you think you've explored it enough to know what you don't want and know what you do want? So the thing that's tricky, and we acknowledge this, is that when something's really active in your vibration, every time you approach it, the part of it that's active, every subject is two subjects, not wanted and wanted, or what you want in the absence of it, and what the most active vibration, or the most dominant vibration within you, is the one that comes up all the time, or most frequently. So if something unwanted keeps coming up and coming up and coming up, this is the perfect opportunity for you to realize you want to go general. You want to take the specifics out of it. You want to deactivate it, but you can't deactivate something by giving your attention to it. You deactivate something by withdrawing your attention from it. But if it's something really pressing, then you feel like a crazy person. In other words, or Abraham seems crazy to say, don't think about that thing that is so dominant in your experience. So the key, and it's an easy one, is to just get general about it. Just get general about it.
Okay.
This too shall pass. Esther will tell you. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. And the sooner I deactivate it with my general attitude to it. Now, we're happy to talk with you about it if you want us to help you find a general.
I don't know if I want to crawl on it so much like you say. I mean, I want to. It involves a family member, and who's out of the vortex for sure, really out of the vortex right now, and
So what do you do when someone you care about is out of the vortex? It's a hard thing, isn't it?
I mean, I've had in my family, I have a very contrasting family, which has helped to make me be the severely independent person I am.
Yeah.
Because I tell
uniquely independent, precisely independent, joyously independent, productively independent. They've served you really well.
And that's where I've come from it, from rather being from an angry place to transitioning into this, with your help over the years, honestly. I mean, all your teachings have helped me come to this point. And it's just this thing, though, there's always this...
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Softer word. There's sometimes, because it's not active like that all the time.
Right, absolutely.
Unless that's where you left the vibration, and every time you go there you pick it up right there, which means you could do something about that. So sometimes rather than always. Right. Something that sometimes gets my attention doesn't have to. I don't have to step right into the middle of this. When I do, it activates things from the past, and it makes now seem more important than it really is. But I have options in the way I look at it.
And I know it's not my experience either. That's the way I really, and sometimes I think they think I come off cold, and I don't mean to come from that place at all. I know I'm a very loving and caring person, but the most loving and caring person I can be is someone who is completely removed from it. I tell them.
Well, here's the thing. You cannot be completely removed from it, and maybe these words would soothe them a little bit if you are worried about them coming off cold to them. Now, we're really not encouraging you to try too hard to get them to see from your point of view.
Right, because they won't. I know
they
that.
They will not. They are not going to see from your point of view. So it's an exercise in futility. You cannot perform in enough ways to make them see it the way you see it. And there's frustration in that, we know. But you can soothe that by at least saying to yourself, write a note or an email or something, whether you ever send it to them or not, that goes like this: I cannot help but be aware of you because I care deeply about you. And in seeing you, or anyone, but you don't want to add the anyone because it takes the personalness away from. Right. But in seeing you in the midst of something that I know you do not want, it activates within me such a keen awareness of what you do want and what I want for you, what I wish for you. So I'm doing my best, and I'm not perfect at it yet, but I'm working on it. I'm doing my best to hold the vision of your happier, improved state of being. And sometimes I get pretty good at it, and I can feel momentum, not for me, but for you, as a result of my focus. And the most awful that I feel is when I join you in your awareness of where you don't want to be. And so, yes, it is selfish for me because I really don't like feeling that way, but it is selfish for me, for you too, because I'm doing my level best to see the improvement that you're seeking. And so please do not mistake my lack of conversation for lack of caring. I once saw a beautiful woman come to a chair at an Abraham gathering and barely open her mouth, and she was sent back to her seat. And I did not take that as lack of caring. Right. I took it as complete understanding of what is wanted and an offering that would provide the path of least resistance toward achieving that. And that's what I wish for you too. In other words, that's whether you say it to them or not, that's what you must know. But some of what you're feeling is not only about you're worrying about what they may think about it. It's that there is resentment within you that situation even exists and can drag you out.
Yeah, it's my family, like all families tend to...
some families.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. It pulls
like
me up.
Sometimes in all families.
Yeah, it's the one sometime thing that really I have
that
to
sometimes,
deal with. Yeah, once in a while. Sometimes.
That has the potential of, or that could, or that has in the past, that is less and less all the time.
Which is true, which is very true. The better it gets, the better it gets.
Esther loves that. She hears them, true that.
True that.
There are so many things that you know what to do. And really, we know that we are being a bit... You don't take it personally
I appreciate it all.
when we don't encourage you to talk about unwanted, because you know we know, and you know we care. But you don't know that they know you know, and you don't know that they know you care. But we know, and you know that we know. So why are any of us worried about what they don't know? And can we know it enough for them to know it? Actually, yes. You can know it so well. You can dominate the vibrational field around a subject. And that really is what this conversation is about. Okay. You know that you have the potential of preparing your emotional grid. You know that you do. And when you're not doing it, it is annoying. And it seems prudent to pin it on them.
Yeah,
because they're a tough case. They've been going on a long time. They've been yanking on my chain forever and ever, it seems. And so this is just more of the same. And we acknowledge blame always feels better than guilt. And we're not trying to guilt you out at all. We just want you to know that you have the power to feel good regardless of what somebody else does. And when you finally get that, then you're free. Then you're free to be in alignment and have great sex all the time.
Well, I want great sex all the time, so I will definitely be easy about all of this. And thank you very much. I appreciate it very much.
Further back. Further forward. Stand if you think it's you. You are the one.